Good morning, students. Today I am explaining to you SBI PO preliminary question paper number 765. 765. So, first 10 questions are on reading comprehension. I am reading the passage. Though the Cold War has ended, Cold War has ended. Cold War, we usually say, Cold War began in 1945 and Cold War ended in 1990. 1945 to 1990. So Cold War ended. Though the Cold War has ended, selective tactics are still continuing for ensuring the military and economic dominance of developed countries. Selective tactics. Tactics means strategy are still continuing. Though the war ended, developed countries are still continuing. What are they continuing? Military and economic dominance. Dominance means superiority, authority. Though the war ended in 1990, developed countries are still continuing their dominance. Their dominance in military and economy. Various types of technology denial regimes are still being enforced, which are now being mainly targeted against developing countries like India. See, developed countries and developing countries. So, though the war ended, developed countries are still showing their dominance, and they have targeted, the developed countries have targeted developing countries like India. So, what is said in the first paragraph? It is clearly said the war ended, the Cold War ended, but the developed countries are still continuing to show their supremacy. They have targeted developing countries like India. So it is known in the first paragraph. Next paragraph. Today, we in India encounter twin problems. Encounter means face. What do we face? We face two problems. Two problems. On one side, what is our first problem? On one side, there is a large scale strengthening of our neighbors through supply of arms. Our neighbors is a large scale strengthening of our neighbors. These developed countries are supporting our neighbors. Our neighbors are strengthening. How? Through supply of arms. Arms are being supplied to our neighbors by the developed countries. Clandestine support to their nuclear missile programs. And not only supplying them arms, but also clandestine, it's a good word. Clandestine means a secret. Secretly, they are supporting, developed countries are supporting our neighbors. That is the first problem we are facing. On the other side, what is our second problem? India is facing two problems. First problem, neighbors are strengthening. Neighbors are being supported by the developed countries. Our second problem is all efforts are being made to weaken our indigenous technology growth. Indigenous technology growth. Indigenous means local, native. So we are trying our best to grow our technology, but efforts are being made to weaken. The developed countries are trying to weaken our growth in technology. We are trying our best to develop our technology, but these developed countries are trying to weaken our technology through control regimes, a dumping of low-tech systems accompanied with high commercial pitch in critical areas. Growth of indigenous technology and self-reliance are the only answer to the problem. So it's clearly mentioned. So India is facing two problems. So what is the remedy to face these two problems? Say, first one is we have to develop our indigenous technology. What is the second thing we have to do? Self-reliance. Reliance means dependence. So we have to stop depending on developed countries. We have to depend on ourselves. Self-dependence is to be practiced. First thing is we have to develop our local technology, native technology. Second thing is we have to depend on ourselves. We should avoid stopping depending on others, developed countries. So in second paragraph, what is mentioned? In second paragraph, India is facing two problems. First problem, our neighbors are strengthening. They are being supported by the developed countries. At the same time, the developed countries are putting efforts to weaken our local technology. So the only remedy, the only cure we have to do is, we have to practice is, we have to develop indigenous technology. At the same time, we have to depend on ourselves. Next paragraph. Thus, in the environment around India, the number of missiles and nuclear powers are continuously increasing, and destructive weapons continue to pile up around us in spite of arms reduction treaties. Treaty means agreement. There are many agreements to reduce the usage of arms. There are many agreements among many countries, but in spite of arms reduction treaties, though there are many agreements, many treaties, those treaties are not being followed. Treaties are not being followed. They are violating the agreements. Countries are violating the agreements. So what are they doing? Pile up phrasal verb. Pile up means gather a large number. Though there are many agreements, many treaties to reduce the usage of arms, many countries are violating the agreements. They are piling up weapons. Next. To understand the implications of various types of warfare that may affect us, we have good word here, implications. That means involvement. To understand the implications of various types of warfare that may affect us, we need to take a quick look at the evolution of war weaponry. Evolution of war weaponry. Weaponry means usage of weapons. We have to notice. We have to observe. We have to supervise. Evolution. Evolution means development, progress, evolution of war weapons and types of warfare. I am highlighting this point. Who is I here? Author. The author of this passage highlighting this point for the reason that in less than a century, we could see change in the nature of warfare and its effects on society. So what does he say here? Our author highlights there has been a drastic change. Before Cold War, the warfare was different. After the Cold War, warfare is different. What does he say? In early years of human history, it was mostly direct human warfare. During the 20th century, up to 1990, means up to the Cold War, warfare was weapon driven. So the author here clearly mentions that before 1990, before the Cold War, warfare was weapon driven. So mostly weapons were used. Weapons were used in the war before 1990. The weapons used were, what were the weapons used before 1990? Mostly guns, tanks, aircraft, ships, submarines, nuclear weapons. These were the weapons used before the Cold War, 1990. Deployed on, where were they used? On land, on sea, on air, and also reconnaissance spacecraft. Reconnaissance means observation, notice, surveillance, supervision, investigation. Okay, proliferation of conventional nuclear and biological weapons was, proliferation means increase, enlargement, expansion. Usage of a larger number. Proliferation of conventional nuclear, biological weapons was at a peak owing to the competition between the superpowers. So what is said in this paragraph? Before the Cold War, I mean 1990, how was warfare? After the Cold War, how is the warfare? And in the next paragraph, what does the other say? The next phase in a new form has just started from 1990 onwards. The world has graduated into economic warfare. This is the change the author has noticed here. So, in the above passage, paragraph, the author said before 1990, it was weapon driven. Warfare was weapon driven. War means weapons were used, but now after 1990, war means world has graduated into economic warfare. Now economic warfare. The means used, means here means sources. The means used is control of market forces through high technology. The participating nations, apart from the USA, Japan, UK, France, Germany, Southeast Asian countries, and a few others, driving force is the generation of wealth. What is the driving force today? Generation of wealth. How to produce wealth, how to increase wealth, how to enhance earning money, wealth, with certain types of economic doctrine. Doctrine means principle. Principle. So what is said in this short paragraph? It is said today, throughout the world, economy plays a vital role today. And what does he say in the next paragraph? The urgent issue we need to address collectively as a nation is, we collectively, address means face, collectively we have to face. Urgent issue we need to face is, what is that? How do we handle the tactics of economic and military dominance in this new form coming from backdoor? We have to, the need of the hour is, we have to handle, we have to learn how to handle the tactics of economic and military dominance. Today, technology is the main driver of economic development at the national level. Technology, economy. Therefore, we have to develop indigenous technologies. We have to develop indigenous technology. Indigenous, we have already discussed. Local. We have to develop local technology, native technology. For what? To enhance our competitive edge, to generate national wealth. We have to enhance our competitive edge. Edge means sharpness, keenness. We have to develop our competitive edge, and therefore the need of the hour is arm India with technology. So this is passage. Now let us see the questions. What is the first question? The striking difference in warfare before and after 1990 was the shift from, what is said, what is asked here? Striking difference in warfare before and after 1990. See, before 19, it is clearly mentioned in the passage. Before 1990, the warfare was weaponry. Weapons were used in the war before 1990. After 1990, what is the shift we notice? Economic. From weaponry to economic. Let us see the options. Guns, tanks, etc. That is before 1990. Ships and submarines before 1990. Weaponry to economic warfare, right answer. What is the shift? What is the change? Previously it was weaponry. Now it is economic. Clear answer. Option 3 is correct. Economic forces to high technology driven warfare. Not correct. Third one is right answer. Next question. What is the general outcome of arms reduction treaties? Outcome means result. What is the general outcome of arms reduction treaties as a whole? Arms reduction of treaties as a whole. So actually there is an agreement. They should reduce using arms. But what is the result? They seem to have become totally defunct. Defunct means it is not used, no longer in use. They seem to have become totally defunct. What is said in the passage? Though there are many treaties, it is not followed. Those agreements are no longer in use. Right answer. They have achieved the desired outcome? No, they have not achieved because they have violated the agreement, not achieved. Third option, they have resulted in curbing the trade. Curb means remove. Trade of destructive? No. They have piled up. They have used, the author has used a phrasal verb, pile up. Increase, pile up arms and weapons. They have increased gathering arms, not correct. Piling up of weapons has significantly reduced. No, it is clearly given in the passage increased. So our answer is 1. 1 is right answer. Next question. Why, according to the author, is it necessary to examine how weaponry and warfare have evolved? Evolved means developed. It is necessary to examine. What is necessary to examine? What have we to examine? Let us see. To understand their implications for us. Implication means involvement. We have to understand their involvement. Correct answer. To learn. What have we to learn? Rapid changes that have taken place in weaponry and warfare. We have to learn the changes that have taken place in weaponry and warfare. It is also correct. One, we have to understand the involvement of weapons. Second one, we have to learn the rapid changes taken place in weaponry. Master them and enable us to attack our enemies. No, it's not mentioned in the passage. Answer is A and B. A and B. Option 2, correct. Next question. What, according to the author, is the solution to our problem? It is clearly mentioned in the passage. Some questions, no, you need not search the options. We know what is the solution given. We have to develop our indigenous technology, local native technology, and we have to stop depending on developed countries. It is the solution given in the passage. Let us see options. What, according to the is the solution to our problems? First option, importing up-to-date technology and nuclear equipment. No. Importing, not correct. Developing our own in-house technology. In-house technology means local technology. Correct. And eliminating means removing, stopping, avoiding dependence on developed countries. We have to avoid, eliminate depending on developed countries. Right answer. So B and C are correct. Where is the answer? B and C. Option 3 correct. Next question. Next question. Choose the word which is most nearly same meaning. What is the word given? Proliferation. Proliferation means that is enlargement. Enlargement. That is plentifulness. Plentifulness. Having a larger number. Let us see option. Explosion. No. Explosion means blast. Explode, exploded, exploded. Blasting. No. Devastation. Devastate, devastated, devastated. We have verb. Devastation, noun form. Heavy loss. Heavy loss. Huge loss. Huge loss. Discomfiture. Discomfort. Discomfiture. Uneasiness. Discomfiture means uneasiness. Not correct. Explosion not correct. Devastation not correct. Discomfiture. Abundance, good word. Abundance means plentifulness, larger number. So 4 is the right answer. Proliferation, abundance. Extraction means removal. Removal, not correct. Answer is 4. Now, next question. Choose the word which is most similar. What is the word given? Evolution. Evolution means noun form, development, progress, accomplishment, achievement. We have many words. Magnification. Magnification means expansion, enlargement. So magnification, expansion both make same meaning. Not correct. Progression, right answer. Evolution means development. Progression, right answer. Modification means change. Change. Change, not correct. Our answer is 3. Progression, right answer. Next question. Change the most similar meaning. What is the word? Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance means supervision, surveillance, investigation. Right answer. Investigation, noun form. Result, no. Recognizable. Recognizable means identify. Identify, not correct. Remedy means cure, not correct. Attack. Our answer is 1. Next question. We are asked to find out opposite word. Indigenous. Indigenous means native, local. Local, this is synonym. But we are asked opposite word, no. Not correct. Domestic. Domestic means local. Local, not correct. Abroad, not correct. Abroad means out. Abroad, out. Foreign, right answer. There is a difference between abroad and foreign. Abroad means not foreign. Abroad means outside. Outside. Foreign, right answer. Indigenous, local. Foreign, opposite word. Exported. Export, import. It's not related here. Our answer is 4. Next question. Again, we are asked to find out opposite word. Dominance. Dominance means superiority, authority. Let us see the opposite word. Aggression. Aggression is not correct here. Aggression means actual meaning hostility. Hostility means hatred. Hatred. Animosity. Enmity. Simple word is dislike. Dislike. Aggression. Submission, right answer. Submission means surrender. Surrender, compliance. Dominance, submission. These two are opposite words. Assertion, assert, asserted, asserted. Information, assertion, information, statement. Not correct. Ignorance means lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. Lethargy, unwillingness. Unwillingness. Not interested to do a kind of activity. So our answer is dominance, submission. Next question. I'm sorry. 10th question. So we are here. 10th question. Most opposite word. Continuously. Continuously. Continuously means without break, no. Let us see options. Illegitimately. Illegitimate means illegally. Illegally. Not correct. Unconditionally. Without condition. Not correct. Insensitively. Insensitively means heartlessness. Heartlessness. Uninterrupted. Uninterrupted. Uninterrupted means continuously, without break. Intermittently, intermission, noun form. Intermission means break, interval. Continuously, opposite word is intermittently. Option 5, right answer. We go to next question. See here in this sentence, 4 words have been bolded. So among these 4 words, one may be wrong spelling or inappropriate word grammatical. Let me read this sentence. The government administration is required to undergo, spelling correct, grammatically correct, to undergo, to infinitive. A radical transformation, transformation noun. Before a noun we require adjective, radical, spelling wrong. What is the spelling of radical? R-A-D-I-C-A-L. Radical means revolutionary. So this part is error. For better service orientation. Orientation, correct. So answer is radical. Second option correct. Next question. Non-communicable diseases are Non-communicable diseases are a major concern. Major here, adjective. Major adjective. After adjective, what do we require? Noun form. Concerned, not correct. Concern. Major concern. Concern, correct. Concerned, not correct. Option is 4. For people in this region, option 4. Next sentence. The squad. Squad in grammar, it is a collective noun. Squad means a group of people, particularly policemen. Group of policemen. Squad, it is collective noun. Spelling mistake is given. S-Q-U-A-D, no need of W. S-Q-U-A-D, squad, collective noun. That was entrusted with the task of detection, correct, of explosives and their neutralization, correct, has completed the assignment, correct. Error is in the first part. We have to delete W. Option 1 is correct. Next question. The equipments, correct. Noun form. Equipments used for surveillance, correct, must be reliability, error, and of appropriate quality. Listen to me, it's an important rule. Must be. What is be here? Be form. After a be form, we usually use adjective. What is the second one? Appropriate adjective and conjunction. We use adjective here also. Reliable, right answer. Reliable. Reliability, noun form. Reliable. I am reading the sentence. The equipments used for surveillance must be reliable and of appropriate quality. Reliable. So spelling is of course correct, but grammatically it is wrong. Reliable, adjective. Reliability, noun, wrong. It is replaced with adjective, reliable. Next one is the industry is poised. Poised means move actively. The industry is poised for a quantum. Poised, correctly given, for a quantum jump, as it has ventured into Indian markets which have excellent growth, correct, growth opportunities. It seems all the 4 words are correctly given. Poised is poised, correct. Quantum, correct. Excellent, correct. Opportunities, correct. All are correct here. Option 5. Next sentence. Over exploitation of groundwater has been led to their. So here, sentence improvement. In this sentence, a part has been bolded. There may be grammatical error in the bolded part. Let us see. Over exploitation of groundwater, subject. Over exploitation of groundwater, subject, has been led to, no, been, no need of passive voice. Been, be form here, has led to their, wrong. We are talking about water, no. Water is singular, it's correct. Its levels falling drastically. Falling here not correct. In grammar, what is ing form called? Present participle. Ing form, present participle, always is used in active sense. In passive sense, we use past participle. What is past participle? Third form. It is used in passive sense. But here we require passive sense. Let us see. Over exploitation of groundwater has led to its levels to be fallen. Only fallen is not used. Passive is used with the be form, no. To be fallen drastically. So that is actually has led to its levels to be fallen drastically. Let us see options. Has led to their levels, wrong. There is not correct. Water, singular. Was leading, okay, it can be considered. Was leading, past continuous tense. Its levels, okay, it's correctly given. To be fallen, correct, passive sense. Drastically, adverb. Okay. Let us see again. Has been led? No. No need of be form. We don't use passive voice here. Was being led? No need of being be form. Now, the answer is, see, I'm reading the sentence with answer. Over exploitation of groundwater was leading, past continuous, was leading its levels. Whose levels? Water levels. To be fallen, passive voice. Falling, active. To be fallen, passive. Writing a letter, active. To be written, passive. So to be fallen, drastically, adverb. So all parts are correctly given in option 2. Next sentence. Why you refrained from mention this point is a surprise to me. Good sentence. Why? What is the bolded part? Refrained from mention. It's an easy rule. Why you refrained? Refrained. Stop doing something. The verb refrain always takes preposition from. Okay, that is correct. We have one more point here. The verb refrain takes preposition from and a present participle. Present participle. What is present participle in grammar? Base form plus ing form. Mentioning, correct here. Mentioning, mention wrong. Let us see options. Refrained from mentioning. First option is correct. Refrained from mention wrong. Refrain from any mention wrong. Refrained to have wrong. Option 1 is right. Next question. If you would like to reconsider your decision, please give a word to me. Wrong. Usually it is a general usage. Have a word with me. This is a usage in grammar. Usually we say, please inform me. Please let me know. In that sense, what is the correct usage? Have a word with me. If you go on a tour next month, please have a word with me. That means please inform me. Let us see option. Have a word to, wrong. Have a word with, exactly correct. Give a word for, no. Have to give a word, no. Option 2 is correct. Next sentence. A true leader's life is a saga of dedication. It's a good usage. Saga of dedication, not dedicating. A true leader's life is a saga of dedication to. Noun, dedication, noun. The noun dedication always takes preposition to. In grammar, it is called appropriate preposition. A true leader's life is a saga of dedication to. Dedicated, wrong. Having dedication, wrong. Dedication to. Option 3 correct. For dedication at, wrong. So, next question. Despite being considerable difficulty, error. We have just discussed. What is being? Be form. After a be form, we usually use adjective. Adjective. Difficulty here, noun. Wrong. Try to make it adjective. Difficult. Difficult. Noun, wrong. Adjective, correct. Despite being considerable difficult, difficult, adjective. See, we have one more word here, considerable. This is also adjective. It is error. In order to add something to the meaning of adjective, what do we use? Adverb. Adverb. Considerable adjective. Make it adverb. Considerably. Now what is the answer? Despite, give a pause. Despite being considerably difficult. Being considerably difficult. Try to understand. Being is be form. After a be form, we usually use adjective. Adjective. The Taj Mahal, being beautiful. We don't say being beauty. The king cobra, being dangerous. We don't say danger. Being is a be form. After a be form, we use adjective. So, despite being difficult. Difficult. But in between, we have one more word. No? It adds something to the meaning of this adjective. It should be adverb. Considerably. Now, the answer is despite being considerably difficult. Where is the option? Considerably difficult. First option is correct. Considerably difficult. Considerable difficult? No. Considerable difficulties? No. Considerably and difficulty? Meaningless. Option 1 is correct. Next question. Okay. We have rearrangement of sentences here. A passage is given with 6 sentences. A, B, C, D, E, F. 6 sentences are given. We have to fix these sentences in the proper sequence. Proper sequence. In order to keep the sentences in proper sequence, first we have to identify the first word of each line. First word of each line. Let us see. How does A begin? A begins with the group of Egyptians. Phrase. Phrase. When we have a group of words, it is considered a phrase. The group of Egyptian. How does B begin with? From preposition. C begins with all adjective. D begins with on preposition. E begins with back adverb. F begins with repeatedly adverb. We have a phrase, we have a preposition, adjective, preposition, adverb, adverb. But let us see here. Usually a paragraph begins with a phrase. But here you just see here sentence D. On one bright day, of course, it is also a phrase. A famous traveler and writer. A famous traveler and writer. Listen to me. We have an important grammar point here. A famous traveler. A is indefinite article. You all know it. Here, the phrase begins with the group of Egyptians. The definite article. Here, a famous traveler and writer from the West was listening to a group of Egyptians. Try to understand me. Here it is a group of Egyptians, that is the group of Egyptians. When we introduce someone for the first time, we use indefinite article. Indefinite article. There is a city in India, this city is famous for. When we introduce, we use indefinite article. There is the city in India and this city is famous. It is wrong. There is a city in India. There is a teacher in our school. First, when we introduce someone or something, we use indefinite article. So, in the sentence D, we introduce a traveler and we introduce a group of Egyptians. Both are with indefinite article. This is considered the first sentence. This is called introductory line. Let me read. On one bright day. What happened on one bright day? A famous traveler and writer from the West was listening. What was he listening to? A group of Egyptians who described to him the wonders of the country. So, who are the speakers here? Group of Egyptians. Who is the listener here? Famous traveler. One day, a famous traveler was listening to a group of Egyptians. What was the group describing? Describing him wonders of their country. First sentence. Next. Now we go to sentence A. The group of Egyptians provided answers to all his questions. So the traveler was asking them questions. The traveler was asking the Egyptians questions. They were providing answers to all his questions because they were impressed by the visitors' keen observation and intellectual curiosity. The group of Egyptians was attracted to the curiosity of the traveler. So he was asking them number of questions and the Egyptians were giving him reply. That is considered second sentence. What happened next? Repeatedly means again and again. Repeatedly, he interrupted with pertinent questions. Pertinent means continuous. He was asking them question after question. So continuously about Egyptians, queries of local customs, latest crisis in the Middle East. So the traveler was asking them questions continuously about them, about their customs, and about their crisis. This is considered third sentence. Next, What happened? From time to time, he glanced at the map in his guidebook to make sure that he was following them accurately. Accurately means exactly, correctly. So he was asking them questions. They were giving him answers. From time to time, he had a map in his bag. He was taking out and he was checking whether his questions were correct, whether their answers were correct. And what happened? This is considered fourth sentence. What happened next? Back in his room. So he asked them number of questions. He gave them answers to all his questions. After that, he went to his room. He industriously set down his facts and his impressions in an elaborate file of notes. So he went back to his room. He checked all the questions he asked. He checked all the answers they gave and he prepared notes. He prepared notes. And finally, what happened? All these efforts were, what were the efforts here? He's asking questions. They're giving replies. He's noting down. All these efforts were for what? Directed towards his goal. What was his goal? To write a book on various places he saw. He was a traveler. He was a writer. So he was visiting number of places. Wherever he went, he would gather information from the local people, and his goal was writing a book. Quite interesting passage we have today. So let us consider what is first sentence. First sentence is this is introducing a traveler and a group of Egyptians. D is considered first sentence. Next, what happened in sentence A? We have taken A, second sentence, because the traveler was asking a number of questions and Egyptians were giving replies, answers. That is considered second. Next, how was he asking questions? He was asking continuously. What were the questions about? About their about Egyptians, about their local customs, and about their latest crisis. And after that, in between, what was he doing? He was checking his map. He was glancing at the map and he was making sure whether the information he was gathering was correct or not. After that, what he did? He went back to his room. He checked all the questions and answers and he prepared notes. Why was he preparing notes? Because he had a great goal. What was his goal? Visiting number of places and writing a book on various places he visited. So, what is the order here? First sentence is D. Second sentence is A. Second one is A. Third one, F. F is third one. Fourth one is B. Fifth one is E. Last one is C. That is the order. D first, A second, F third, and B fourth, E fifth, C last. Okay. Now we go to next question. We have a cloze test here. Sports may be a meaningless pursuit for many. Sports may be a meaningless pursuit for many. Many people consider sports meaningless. They feel it is waste of time. Yet means but it does define life in all its blank. Blank is given before blank. What do we have? Its. Its is a pronoun, personal pronoun. We say it is in a possessive case. After pronoun in possessive case, what do we require? Noun. Here we require noun form. Let us see options. Hues. Hues means colors. Colors. Possibility, joy, contrast. Contrast means comparison. Comparison. Quest. Quest means zeal, interest. Let us see. It does define life in all its blank, all its hues, right answer, all its colors, because we usually say life is colorful. Possibility, no. Joy, no. Contrast, quest, not correct. First one is right answer. Next question. The beauty of sports lies in enjoying the blank of the sportsman. The blank of. Before blank, what do we have? Article the. So usually after article the, what do we require? Noun form. Let us see skills, right? No. So what does a sportsman possess? Skills. Skills. Nature? No. Nature here means character, behavior. Not correct. Capability, capacity. First he must be skillful. No. Then only he can maintain capacity. Not correct. Industry here means hard work. Industry, hard work. Cunning, not correct. Our answer is skills. So enjoying the skills. Enjoying the skills of the sportsman who weaves intricate patterns on the field to leave the watcher spellbound. Great blank does not always make. Great blank. What is great? Adjective. After adjective, blank is given. What do we require? Noun. After adjective, we use a noun form. Let us see option. Resources. Of course, noun. Practice. Okay. Talent. We don't say great resources. We don't say great practice. We usually say regular practice or rigorous practice. Great talent, right answer. Great contribution. Contribution means a service. Not correct. Decision not correct. Our answer is option 3. Next question. On what makes a great sportsman is when the talent expresses itself in times of blank. Times of blank. What do we have before the blank? Of preposition. After preposition, what do we require? Noun form. Noun form. Let us see. Uncertainty, of course, noun form. Need, of course, noun form. Times of need. Need. By mistake, need is repeated, but here it is better. Uncertainty in times of, better have trouble. Trouble. It is misprinted. Trouble, calamity, calamity, crisis. These may be correct words here. Let us take any one of these. It is misprinted. Need. It may be trouble. Times of trouble. Times of calamity. Times of crisis. Correct. Okay. Next one. Difficulty. Not correct. Encounter. Not correct. Next question. Okay, he has to prove time and again that when survival of the team is at blank, what do we have before blank? At preposition. So we require noun. Vicinity. Vicinity means closeness. Closeness, area. Imbalance, no, not correct. Stake, right answer. Again, stake means trouble. When the team is at stake, that means at trouble, not decline, not dishonor. Answer is option 3. So this is today's paper, students. We shall meet again.